Welcome back to Horror Recaps. My name is Freddie, and in a moment, you're going to listen to a frightening tale narrated by me. Beware, fear awaits you. Somewhere deep in the Michigan woods, Emily, a Japanese-American doctor, wakes up to the sound of her phone ringing. She looks around with her blurry vision and finds herself in an unfamiliar cabin house. And to make things worse, her hands and legs are tied with zip ties. Emily has been abducted by her ex-boyfriend Charlie. He's not happy about her breaking up with him, and he has no intentions to let her go. Now, Charlie puts the glasses on his girlfriend and makes her watch their old video. He then forces Emily to taste his bolognese sauce, just like he used to do when they were together. But all this is torture for Emily, so she spits the sauce on his face. This makes Charlie lose his temper and slap her, sending her glasses flying. He holds her down and tells her that he does not want to live the rest of his life wondering what her life is like without him in it. Then, he pulls out a knife to scare her, but using the knife is not how he wants to end her life. And seconds later, Charlie chokes Emily with his bare hands. Next, Charlie gives her the option that they get back together. Only when she nods does he loosen his grip and allow her to gasp for air. With her quick thinking, Emily apologizes for breaking up with him and tells the psychopath that they can still talk through their problems. But first, she asks him to get her the glasses, expressing her desire to look at him clearly. And while Charlie is rummaging to look for her glasses, Emily immediately reaches out for her alarm device hidden within her clothes. Soon, Charlie comes back with her glasses and puts them on her. And when he is close enough, Emily activates the devices, which release excessive bright light, and the alarm blares. She then attacks Charlie, and he collapses on the ground after hitting his head on the table. Grabbing this opportunity, Emily cuts off the zip tie bounding her legs, but there is not enough time to work on the zip tie on her hands, as Charlie starts waking up. So, she heads straight for the door. However, Charlie is quick on his feet, and he blocks her movement and pushes her inside. The only thing within her arm's length is a sturdy glass vase, and the collision between them results in her losing the glasses once more. After many hits and the last smash of that vase on his head, Charlie finally suffers some serious injury. While he is down, Emily finds her phone and looks for her glasses, but she accidentally steps on them. Still, she gets out of the cabin house and plunges into the woods. Around the time Emily wakes up in that cabin house, we see a woman named Sam dialing a number on her phone as she sits inside her car, parked outside her workplace. She works as a clerk at a Swamp Gas, a local gas station owned by an awful boss named Isaac. As soon as she enters the store, Isaac complains about her being late and blames her for breaking the slushy machine. And just when Sam's shift starts, one obnoxious customer barges in demanding a full refund for the wrong gas that she herself has pumped into her car. When Sam refuses, this entitled customer threatens to complain about their business to the Better Business Bureau for not meeting the standards. Sam has no option but to issue a full refund. Nevertheless, the customer forgets to retrieve her card from the machine. Meanwhile, Emily is struggling to find her path in the woods with that level of eyesight. Anyways, she manages to call 911 for help and explains her situation. They tell her that they would send help as soon as they locate her position. Emily once again tells them that she's not able to see properly and asks them if they can video call to guide her. Unfortunately, they do not have video calling under the service range, and also using a personal device is against the regulations. As Emily gets impatient, she trips over a fallen tree trunk, and the call gets disconnected. The fall results in a broken phone screen, making it more difficult for her to use the device. Meanwhile, Charlie has regained his consciousness and is out in the woods to search for Emily. On the other side, Emily randomly dials a number from her incoming call log, which happens to connect her to Sam's number. And coincidentally, Sam receives the call. Emily begs her not to disconnect and explains her situation in one breath. Meanwhile, Sam thinks that it might just be a scam, and on top of that, she is at work, so she couldn't be of much help. Emily tells Sam that all she has to do is be her eyes for her and begs her to video call her back, and after thinking for a while, Sam agrees to help the girl out. A while later, Sam video calls Emily. Immediately, Emily shows Sam the surrounding through her phone camera and asks for the direction to head in. Sam grows anxious by the situation and believes that she's not the best person to call for help. Emily tries to calm her down and tells her that getting connected to her is a miracle in itself. After a few long breathe-ins and breathe-outs, Sam collects her composure and asks Emily to do a 360. Sam mistakes a long fallen tree trunk at a distance for a path and guides Emily toward it. At this point, Emily senses the distress coming from Sam, so she turns the conversation to her childhood and poor eyesight. And Sam also talks about being bullied by classmates all the way to high school. Gradually, as they come nearer to the supposed path, Sam realizes her grave mistake and starts to panic. Even then, Emily stays cool-headed and once again calms Sam down. However, she groans at the pain in her zip-tied hands. After learning that Emily's hands have been zip-tied all this time, Sam quickly surfs through the internet to search for ways to get out from zip ties. When her phone flashes the warning of low battery, she connects it to the charger and continues with her search. She finds some videos and instructs Emily to do as she says. Following Sam's instruction frees Emily from the zip ties, but she is left with a deep cut on her wrist. Along with it comes a loud shriek, giving away her location to the prying Charlie. Just then, a bulky customer comes into the store. He looks like someone who frequently goes out hunting in the woods. Sam takes the chance and asks the man what he would do if he gets lost in the woods. And almost immediately, he tells Sam that he would like to find the stream or river that might lead him to people. Next, Sam reads an article on the internet saying that the flight path of birds can lead people to the water source, especially in the evening. And just by Emily's luck, she notices a flock of birds flying in the sky earlier. Now, Emily, with Sam eyes, moving toward the direction of the flying flock. However, they fail to notice that Charlie has discovered them, but to make things scarier, Charlie does not follow Emily. Instead, he heads back to the cabin for more preparation. While walking, they have many topics to talk about. Sam curiously asks what pushed her to be a doctor. Emily tells her that her mom was an ER nurse and that she grew up seeing her old lady doing crazy work hours. Emily dreamed of being a doctor and spending more time with her, but that is not how things are going on. Emily could neither spend her time with her mom, nor take her mom to meet her grandmother in Japan. Furthermore, with the situation she is in, Emily doubts that she would be able to take her back to Japan. Sam also opens up about moving back to Florida to help her sick mother who passed away. Emily shows her admiration for Sam to be able to stop everything and return back to help her mother. She tells Sam that her mother must have been grateful that she was there for her. However, Sam couldn't comment anything on it. Meanwhile, Emily continues to follow the path, and finally, they are able to see a river flowing in a gorge. Sam tells Emily to be careful. However, the Slurpee machine malfunctions, and the slurps overflows, demanding Sam's attention. The annoyed Sam pulls her phone, but the charger breaks down into her charging port. During this turmoil, Sam does not hear Emily speak, and she tries to take the broken piece out with a Swiss Army knife. At the same time, Emily falls down from a small height, and her screams cause Sam to stab her hand with the knife. With this, both of them sustain an injury. Next, Emily hears the sound of the car engine when she's searching for her phone, and Sam could see Charlie standing just above where Emily is hiding. As Charlie walks toward the woods, Sam suggests Emily head down the river after grabbing the phone. Now, after a few steps, Emily stops, confirms with Sam that Charlie is nowhere to be seen near, and decides to go back up to drive the car. Emily is adamant to drive the car despite Sam opposing her idea. However, Sam gives in and directs her to the car. Thankfully, the key is still in the car, but just then, Charlie comes into view. So Sam tells Emily to dock immediately. At this point, the only option that Emily could see is to run over Charlie and stop him for good. But Sam is not willing to cooperate. Eventually, Sam signals her and Emily hits him with the car. However, the car driven by the almost blind woman collides with the tree and gets stuck. Soon, Emily comes out and asks Sam if she could see anything sharp, so the latter leads her to a sharp piece of mirror. Frustrated with everything, Emily wants to end Charlie's life for good, but Sam convinces her not to do so. Though Emily is safe for the time being, the problem is that Sam's battery is almost down. No one will lend her their phone, and on top of that, the obnoxious customer from earlier has returned to the store. Seeing this, Sam quickly notes down Emily's number so that she could call her back as soon as possible. Furthermore, Charlie, holding a gun in his hand, has caught up to Emily, and at the same time, Sam's phone dies, and that obnoxious customer returns. Sam requests her to let her use her phone, and as expected, the rude woman refuses. With no other option, Sam steals the phone and locks herself in the cubicle. But the paper with the number written is lost just outside the cubicle. Just when the woman heads into her car, Sam quickly retrieves the paper, but the last 2 digits have been smudged. Sam tries to outsmart the woman by swiping the phone before giving it back. And with this, the angry woman walks out of the store and calls her husband. By then, Charlie has managed to catch Emily. She tells this psychopath that help is on the way and that he should stop. However, he points the gun at her, who's standing at the edge of the cliff, and soon, the tussle between them results in Emily falling off the cliff into the river. Now, the night has fallen when injured Emily pulls herself out of the water, and finally, Sam is connected to Emily after trying every possible combination for the last 2 digits. She can now successfully guide this helpless woman through the dark. Then, Emily asks for a favor, to call her mom from the landline. Meanwhile, her mom senses that Emily is in trouble and asks about her whereabouts, but Emily is sobbing and is on the verge of giving up. But just then, Sam encourages her to get up when she sees a light in the background. She reveals that she regretted going out for drinks and not being able to stay by the side of her dying mother. Therefore, she refuses to give up on her like she gave up on her mother. With encouragement from her mother and Sam, Emily walks again and sees a barn. Sam also sees Charlie's flashlight, so she urges Emily to enter the barn and hide immediately. And once she's inside, Emily finds something that can be used to her advantage. Back in the store, the customer's high-profile husband comes with an advanced gun in his hand, scaring the hell out of Sam. In addition to that, Isaac also returns back. With all 3 banging on the cubicle door, there's a different drama going on, but the noise from the store might risk Charlie discovering Emily. Therefore, Sam mutes their call, but promises to signal her when Charlie is in front of the mark. Now, when Charlie's right at the spot, Sam cues Emily to attack him, and she sprays the chemicals on his face. Even then, Charlie grabs Emily's neck with his long hands and starts strangling her. Sam keeps on reminding her about the piece of glass in her pocket. Then, Emily pulls out the shard, stabs his neck with it, and kicks him. With this, Charlie falls to the ground and lies in a pool of his own blood. Next, the police arrive at both scenes. One group rescues Emily, while the other group arrests Sam. However, there's a sense of happiness on Sam's face as the police take her. A month later, Sam calls Emily to tell her that she has decided to go back to school and asks her to help with her essay. And Emily promises to visit her after the trip to Japan with her mom. At last, she asks Sam who she was actually trying to call last month, implying the time when she mistakenly dialed her number. But Sam casually answers that she was trying to order a pizza. Hearing this response, Emily tells her that a wrong pizza number saved her life, and Sam replies, "Me too." As they hung up the call, Sam throws a card outside her car, which turns out to be a helpline for people wanting to end their lives. It seems like Sam could finally let go of her guilt after saving Emily's life. And at last, we can see that the two women finally get to meet in person, and they hang out at the beach happily. Please make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching.